Hello, fellow lights and light travelers. Welcome to this week's timeless reading. We are going to be going over the soul mosaic. So this is calling into what pieces of yourself are ready to return, to be called back. What's going to happen when you align with these things and weave them back into your being. And then, of course, the blessings that come from embodying your true self, your whole self, for embracing all sides of yourself and calling that back in. As we start, I always like to mention, this is a snapshot of the energies as it is now. Know that you have full control of your life, which means you have free will, okay? Nothing is set in stone. This is just a snapshot of current energies of the collective. If you find yourself here and called to this reading could very well be for you. Make sure to take what resonates and leave the rest. These are merely guidance, but know that you have the ultimate free will. You are in control of your life, and that this reading is with the highest intention for high vibrational messages to come through for your highest good and the highest good of all. So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and we are going to shuffle and begin. Okay, let's shuffle. Help me pull for this collective. Feels good. First card. This is going to be the fragment. This is going to be the thread. And this is going to be the wholeness. This card has to do, Three of Wands, with expansion and growth. So the fragment of yourself that you have that is ready to be called back into you, right? That you have as part of you that's currently outside of you that's being called back in, is that call for expansion, for growth. You're ready to call that back into yourself. You are ready to grow and expand beyond this current vision of who you see yourself as into who you truly are and all your capabilities and this expansive, beautiful side of yourself. Let's connect and see what we get. So like first, I'm like immediately drawn to this middle wand. This feels like you're being pulled back into yourself. But I feel like what's coming through is the way that you're going to expand is connecting in. And then right here, it's kind of purple. I don't know if it shows up on the screen. These ones look red, but this one looks purple. And for me, this feels like connecting to that intuition, to that crown chakra, to that third eye, to that insight, right? Those kind of more mystical versions of ourselves. And, you know, our own self-power is not something that needs to be feared, because when we truly connect inwards, we're connecting with source, which is connecting with ultimate love. And that's where your power comes from, right? And you're going to create this growth, or maybe you're currently expanding and you're calling that back in through connecting with those parts of yourself, those aspects of yourself, that third eye. I also am drawn to the fact that the fire, right, kind of, it touches the very tip top of the card. So to me, it almost feels like it's expanding even beyond our view. So when you connect in, and this is beautiful too, because this feels like you're grounding into Mother Earth and you're connecting up and you're utilizing this intuition, this third eye, this crown chakra. And when you're doing these things, it's helping you to connect, and it's letting that limitless expansion come out, right? That growth, that fire, that burning, and this is not, again, not an out of control fire. This is a focused. This is focus. This is expansion. This is beyond your wildest dreams. This is your power, but it's controlled, okay? And it's through this connection of chakra. And I'm also drawn to kind of what looks like this gold in the background. So this is your divinity, and you're going to be connecting with that, which is going to help you realize how much you're capable of growing and how expansive you are, and how these pieces of you were never missing. You're just remembering. You're just remembering how to connect and call them back in, and to realize that they were there, and to focus this. Beautiful. So this middle card, the Six of Wands, is like victory, recognition, having like self-confidence, maybe small victories. So with this card, we were talking about the thread. So how are we pulling this piece back in and then weaving it back in, weaving that wholeness back into ourselves? So with this self-confidence, maybe you're going to start having small victories. Let's sit for a moment and see what comes through. Victories is the strong word that's coming through with my mind here. I'm drawn to both this wand and this one. They kind of have this ivy that's circling up. So I feel like these are victories that you've accumulated, that you've worked towards. But this feels like celebration. And this could be external, but I almost feel like this is celebration of self. Like you yourself are recognizing, you yourself are having confidence and celebrating yourself and your capabilities. I'm also coming into mind, like this feels like your chakras are either aligning or opening up, or both, right? This is beautiful because I'm seeing so many colors within this. That again, I feel like that's that expansiveness of yourself. You're seeing how you're connected to everything. You could be having small breakthroughs in communication. This could be in connecting to yourself and speaking to others. This feels balanced. So this self-recognition, this victory, this celebration is balanced. This isn't something that feels explosive. There's confidence here. Like in the weaving of I am connecting, I am pulling in, I am, centering and opening and expanding, right? This growth that's being called back in, you're doing so in a balanced way. And this is giving you the assurance that you need. You're like, yeah, that's right. Wait, I can do this. Wait, I've always been able to do this. Yeah, that's right. I am connected to everything. Look at how beautiful and powerful of a soul am I, and how beautiful we all are in this intricate dance that we're doing together. But this is very self-recognition and a confidence that is growing within you. And this is beautiful because, I'm not feeling, this doesn't feel like external validation. This feels like you and you're grounded, and Mother Earth is helping you with this. And you know, that fire, that flame, you know, your guides and your angels and your higher self are connecting you with this, and you're in this beautiful, you know, sturdy, strong dance of confidence that you're building, and you're weaving this back into yourself. Yeah, this is grounded. This is beautiful. This is you appreciating yourself and weaving it back in. This is you recognizing, you know, who you truly are, what you truly are, and doing so in a grounded, measured, healthy, beautiful way. Nice. So this last card, we're going over the wholeness that comes within, right? So this is the fragment that you were wanting to come in, which is that whole part of you that's being reintegrated into the whole, right? And we were talking about this confidence, this growth and this expansion, and I feel like this is more of a spiritual, mystical growth that's happening for you. You're weaving it in through your self-appreciation, your self-acknowledgement of yourself, your grounding, you're balancing your chakras, right? You're realizing how connected you are, and you're celebrating your own self and your own connection to this. And with this, right, this is going to bring back a connection. I feel like this feels spiritual. This could be having a community, okay? So when I say spiritual, I don't necessarily mean religions. Like for myself, even though I was raised with religion, that's not how I currently view myself. So spirituality is connection to the earth, to others, to this energy field, to all of us. So, you know, please do take this as it resonates for you, right? Always leave the rest. But what I'm feeling, this feels like spiritual community. This is, wow, we really are connected. Wow, everything that we do affects one another. Wow, look at this beautiful tapestry of how it's all woven together. And with doing this work of, you know, expanding yourself, of having this growth, of this knowledge that's coming through to you, and doing so in a balanced way is going to bring through this connection of yourself to others. Let's see if anything else comes through in this card. Let's see. So immediately kind of I'm drawn to the splashes of color here and here, and it feels like an overflow, but not in a bad way. Like this is, I have such an abundance of this community. Like, wow, like I'm overflowing with how beautiful and how rich and abundant these connections, how abundant these connections are. And everything's bleeding into each other. And then, you know, in the best sense, right? This is not grotesque. This is, we are so connected that if I do the work and the person next to me does the work and the person next to me does this work, we'll make this world better. So by making my world better, it makes everyone's world better. And then there's this overflow of beautiful, vibrant colors. When I love all parts of myself and I nurture all parts of myself and I connect and I realize, you know, the true beauty of who I am and that growth that can happen, and I balance it in and I pull through this balance beautifully. Look at this abundance, look at this connection, look at this community, look at how we are all woven together. Look at this beautiful dance of vibrant colors that creates this overflow. This will be the gift, the realization that you're not alone, that you were never alone, that we're all connected, that love is the base energy frequency, and that everything's going to be okay. And we're okay. We have each other. Your angels have you, your guardians have you, your ancestors have you, you have you, And each one of us are holding steady and holding each other up. It's going to be okay. This connection is here. This overflow is here. This beauty, this diversity is here. How gorgeous that when we all add our own flavors, our own melodies, listen to the beautiful chorus that arises. This beautiful song that we create together. When we just master ourselves, when we become masters of our own instruments, our own souls, our own bodies, and we come into this balance, we expand, we balance, we connect. And this brings this wholeness back into picture, this wholeness of you, this wholeness of everyone. Beautiful. I'm going to go pull one oracle card. I felt drawn today to do the Oracle of the Hidden Worlds. So let's see what she has to say. I'm going to do a quick shuffle. See what comes through. The Mirror. Other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. Okay. Okay, so this says, we are the many born who move through time and space, beyond the lines drawn by men. We dance upon the web of connection and circle around thousand upon thousand upon thousands of times. You have been star and stone, flower and bark, deer and dancer, priestess and servant girl, wizard and serf. We move through forms, friend, not simply those of human, but those of elements. And when we turn and face all who we have been, we can awaken, little by little, each piece of wisdom until we are whole and entered fully into this life, to share what we were brought here to do. You are now at this point of realization. Staring into the mirror, it is as if each memory can find its way to the surface of your skin. You can connect with the multitudes who dwell within us. Your identity will not shatter. You will not fragment. Instead, you will become more whole, more complete, right? We're talking about wholeness here. More present than ever before. Let yourself know the truth. You are the earth, the air, the water, and fire. You are priestess and poet, slave and revolutionary. You are experiencing the spectrum of events through lifetimes in this one life, and you can now understand any vows or connections, relationships, or compulsions as they were formed within other lifetimes. It is now time to assess which you can release yourself from and which must be honored and respected and nurtured this lifetime. Many born one. Your other lives are here in the hidden worlds, waiting for you to remember. Stare into the mirror and see all of who you are. The illumination. I am a dimensional being who has lived thousands of lives, all within their wisdom and lessons to teach. Thank you, Spirit. So again, this is reflecting back your wholeness. You're remembering how expansive you are, how to connect and to ground and to learn, and then this connection and to celebrate oneself, and then this connection back with community. You're remembering and you're calling in all of you, all this expansion of you through all the lives, through all the things that you've learned. You're remembering and you're seeing yourself and you're celebrating yourself and you're stepping back into this power. You're calling yourself back and you're making yourself whole. You're not making yourself whole. Let's rephrase that. You are always whole. You're remembering that you are always whole, and you're remembering all aspects of yourself and all aspects of your power. Beautiful. I want to call one more. I'm going to pull from the Mystical Shaman Pocket Oracle. Let's see. Let's shuffle. Let's see. Completion. Ah, beautiful. Let's see what it has to say. So 9 is completion. This says the essence. All things have a beginning, a middle, and an end. This is the nature of life, the seed, the flower, and the fruit, and all of human relationships. Completion suggests the fullness of the moment and the need to transform an old form into a new one. Thank you again, Spirit, for that confirmation, what we were saying earlier, right? The invitation, sorry, just take a quick pause. At the beginning, we had mentioned that vision of who you thought you were, and then this remembrance of knowing who you are, right? So there's that transforming that old form into your new form, which is your true form, which is your whole form, right? The invitation. So this is broken into essence, invitation, and medicine. So the invitation, you have finished a cycle, and there is no more growth or benefit from hanging on to the old. In regard to relationships, it is time to honor what has been and find a new form for the future. In your ventures, it is time to reap your harvest. Completion is a time for celebration. We were talking about celebrating. It is the end of summer when the fruit is ripe. The medicine. Clinging to the old form will bring only decay. When fruit is left too long on the vine, it rots. You know that it is time to move on. You are reluctant. Do not be afraid of hurting anyone's feelings. Remember that you are responsible for your actions, not the actions of others. Mourn what is lost so that you can move on. Do not be sad. Be like the sun at midday, who shines brightly, neither longing for sunrise nor dreading the dusk. Beautiful. So that's a beautiful thing to add on to this. So yes, as we expand ourselves, as we celebrate and connect through, as we call in this community and reflect on these visions of ourselves through these lifetimes and call forth our new self, as we complete the previous cycle and move into this new form of ourselves, it can totally have moments of overwhelmed. Wow, this is a whole new world. I didn't realize. I'm remembering now. It's okay. You're okay. And you don't need to fear this. This is an eternal cycle, and we're shedding what no longer serves. We are the caterpillars who have gone through the chrysalis, and now in this chrysalistic phase of shedding this old form of ourselves, we are going to emerge new as butterflies. You are emerging new as a butterfly. You are coming into this new version of yourself, this true version of yourself, this new form. And while it might feel overwhelming, know that it is going to be okay. Know that this is natural. Know that, it's darkest before dawn. Know that that you are held in this transition, that you are protected, and that you are so very loved. And this new form of yourself, this true form of yourself, this remembrance of seeing yourself truly is beautiful, and that you are protected, whole, loved, and you've always been loved. And this new part of your journey, this new way of seeing, this new way of experiencing is going to be so beautiful, because you're going to be in your true power, in your true remembrance, and you're going to expand to ways you never even thought possible. So there's no need to fear. All is okay. You are held and you are loved. So with that, I thank you all for being here, for giving me your time again, for connecting. I send you all lots of light and love. If you're interested in a personal reading, I do have so on my Etsy. If you felt this resonated, please do give a like and share. This helps push this message out to more people who may need it. And I am grateful for your energy, for your light. I send you comfort and light and love and high vibrational energy only. And I thank you all, and I look forward to seeing you again for the next reading. Bye.